Okay, I have a great Italian dish for you, chicken marsala today. Now, this is a dish that I love, and I will not eat it out at a restaurant. Why? Because it's so heavy. Heavy on the breading, heavy on the oil, heavy on the butter, heavy on the cream. So that translates to a lot of fat and calories. So I'm going to make it all healthy for you. Start off with 4 chicken breasts. I've already done the prep work. Got my 4 chicken breasts, and what I've done is pounded them with a mallet. I like my chicken thin, so when I cook it on the pan, it'll cook evenly and it'll just be tender. Okay, so I've got my skillet heating behind me. I want to add my olive oil. Now, I'm not measuring this, but it might be half a tablespoon, if that I just poured in there, okay? Just go ahead and spread that evenly in your skillet. Okay, so I've got my chicken ready to go. Now, I'm going to dip it in my flour mixture. What the flour mixture is about 2 tablespoons of flour. Here's my secret. It's a tablespoon of rice flour, brown rice flour. Why I add that is it adds some more crispiness to the texture of the breading for your chicken. Also to this, I have added salt, a little fresh black pepper, and that's about it. Alright, so take your pounded chicken, and that's 1 chicken breast. It looks pretty large once it's pounded out. Dip it in the flour, shake off the excess. It's really not that much. Now my guess would be, in a restaurant, you are getting, probably 3 times the breading at a restaurant. But you're basically wanting the taste and the texture and the crunch, and this will give you that. Now, while I'm doing this chicken, let me just tell you, you want to cook it on medium heat, about 8 to 10 minutes per side. So you want it opaque in the middle, of course, and golden on the outside. What I'm doing is just moving the oil around. A little bit goes a long way. And my chicken is starting to brown up. Go ahead and flip it over. Now, if it seems like you don't have any oil left in the pan for the other side, you do one of 2 things. Drizzle a little bit more, and that wasn't even a teaspoon. Or you could always use some Pam cooking spray. If it's browning too fast on the outside, lower your heat just a little bit. In the meantime, while I have my chicken cooking, I've already done the prep work, but for those of you that are making the dish, go ahead and take 1 to 2 shallots, mince it nice and small like I have here, and also you want sage. Now I like fresh sage, so I've got that for the recipe today. If you don't have that handy, go ahead and use the dry sage. About 2 tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons. And also mushrooms. That's going to be your key ingredient. Now, I love mushrooms, so I do about 10 ounces, maybe even a little more. 8 to 12 ounces of mushrooms. I like to use a combination. So today I've got some white button mushrooms and portobello mushroom combination. And it's all chopped up, ready to go. And basically, once my chicken is done, I'll set it aside, and then I'll go ahead and start making the marsala sauce. Chicken's cooking up, pretty golden brown on the outside. So what I want to do is just check it to make sure it's completely cooked through on the inside. I'm just going to cut it, make sure it's white and not pink. You don't want to overcook it. You don't want to dry it out. It's got a little ways to go. Alright, so I'm grabbing all my chicken. Oops, kind of broke that one a little bit. That's another thing, when you're pounding that chicken, don't make it too thin. Okay, go ahead and cover that chicken up, and let's get going on the sauce. Alright, I'm going to work with my same skillet, just add a dabble. There's a little remnants of oil from the chicken. Now to this, I want to add my shallots, okay? And like I said, it's about 1 to 2 shallots. I've got about 2 tablespoons of sage here, and I'm going to add half of it. So you could say about a tablespoon of sage I'm going to add to this mix. And the rest I'm going to use as a garnish. Now to this, add those mushrooms. Looks like a lot, but you know how mushrooms are. Once they get cooking, they'll shrink down on you. And to get the mushrooms going, go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of water to your skillet. Raise that heat to about medium. Now you want to stir the mushrooms on and off for about 3 to 5 minutes. You want them to become tender. So to this mixture, you want to add some salt and pepper. I'm going to add some fresh ground black pepper. Don't go overboard with it. And about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, my mushrooms are cooking up pretty good here. They're almost done. I'm going to raise the heat a little bit. If you see a lot of water, go ahead and up the heat. And if you don't see enough water, go ahead and add a little more. If you use a lot of mushrooms, you might need a little more water. Okay, now what I'm going to need next is Marsala wine. I've got about 1/2 cup to 2/3 measured out here already. And I'm going to get cream. Heavy whipping cream. Yes, this is a rare occurrence in my kitchen, but we want to get the flavor, so I'm going to use it, but you know, I'm making a dish for 4 more servings here. And I'm only going to use a 1/4 cup. So that 1/4 cup is going to go a long way. Okay, I'm going to add the wine and the cream. Now I want to cook this also for, about 5 minutes, medium-high heat. You don't want your sauce to be overly liquidy. My sauce is thickened, so I'm going to go ahead and lower that. And let's transfer our chicken to a serving dish. Make it look nice and pretty. So I'm just going to take the mushrooms first, drizzle them over, and then I'll pour the sauce. Now there's not that much liquid here, but you really don't need it because the mushrooms are all softened and have taken on all the flavor of the Marsala wine. Like I said, I'm a little mushroom happy, so there's a lot of mushrooms here. Just go ahead and pour it over and take the rest of my sage as a garnish. And there you go, guys. There is your healthy chicken marsala. Enjoy!